Welcome to the week two study guide. I wanted to do a short going over before we have our class on Tuesday. This is slightly modified from what I sent you, but it's in the folder if you want the newer one. So what I want you to do is to listen to a native speaker read Genesis 1, 1 to 5. Just get that down, like where you can really follow along. And then secondly, learn the first 15 vocabulary words. And here is a PowerPoint. If you click the PowerPoint, it will go through the words, and we will go through that in class. So if you want to wait till we go through it, that's okay too. Review the Hebrew alphabet. Try to the printed letters as close as you can. Here is quiz A, 2A, 2B. Here are the keys, what I'm looking for. So sometime before Saturday at 12, finish these and turn them in. So listen to the expert read, and we're getting this down. Now, I want to just talk about why pointing is so hard. Why is it so hard learning all the different rules that have to go with these little dots everywhere? Well, the little dots come from the main manuscript. This is manuscript B19A, the Leningrad Codex. This is BHS is printed from that. You can see it's remarkably well written. It was written in 1008 AD. It's a beautiful manuscript, and this is through the Yom Echad of verse 5. But why is this system so hard? Well, it's hard because originally the text was written without this system. So when you go to really old manuscripts like the Dead Sea Scrolls, none of them will have points. They'll just have this. But what they do have is a system where they use consonants as semi-vowels. So they call this mater lectionis, mothers of reading. And so you get these odd cases where the letters in red were this ancient system that they used before they had pointing, which means that by the time we get to our text, this printed text, we kind of have both those systems. We have a pointing system and then kind of this leftover mother of reading system, which means when you try to do a chart, a pointing chart, it kind of gets complicated. Basically, they're historically long vowels. These are probably the using the consonants as semi-vowels. This is the sound they make. Then you have long vowels, which are written without the consonants. And these can change. The problem is sometimes when you have this, it will be a defectively written version of this. So sometimes they'll change, sometimes they won't change. And, you get short vowels, a short heroic versus a long heroic, and it's like, how do you know the difference? Well, basically, read through this. If some of it makes sense to you, that's going to be enough. What we really want to do is just listen to the guy read, listen to him read perfectly and copy what he's doing, and then try to use some of these charts to kind of figure out what he's doing. So I copied some explanations from different grammars. So Furtado, he has this chart, very beautiful chart. Pratico and Van Pelt put it this way, very helpful chart. The Pratico and Van Pelt, if you have that in Logos, will talk about these letter vowels as well. Rosine, I guess it would be, has this chart, and you can see that there are slightly different ways that people are pronouncing this. And Racine points out that there are other pointing. So there was a Babylonian system and a Palestinian system, We're using what's called a Tiberian system here because that's what B19A is. Notice dividing it up into short vowels and long vowels, A, I, and U class vowels. This silent schwa, this is going to be fairly important. These are very good rules, very good presentations, so read through those. Don't worry about this note. I have thought about deleting it. I have it in there for me more than you right now, so don't worry about that. Go over the alphabet again, get this really down, and then we have Futado's simplified chart and another easy summary chart. So, don't memorize all the things in the chart. Go through it. We'll go through it together in class. But do see if you can follow along in reading as he reads. And if you do that, you'll be in great shape. We'll spend the 2 hours together on Tuesday reading this. You don't have to do the quizzes, until Saturday, so don't think you have to get that done. If you do go on the vocabulary in our document, we have the top 500 words in Hebrew. No, that's not the one I wanted. Top 500 words PDF, this one. If you go through this, we're going to be learning the top 15. And notice how often these occur, 38,000 times, 23,000 times. So we're going to read through the top 15. All of these words occur over and over and over again. So, and the word the word to, the word in, the word he, the direct definite object marker, from, you, they, I, the tetragrammaton, YHWH, toward, which, and say. Those are very common words, and so that's what we'll be learning. There is a nice PowerPoint, and we're going to go over that in class to kind of help you learn, but all of it's trying to read this better. I have included the ACOT notes for this little bit so you can see just how great that tool is. You may want to purchase that tool. I use it all the time. But that's what we're going to do together. So look forward to seeing you on Tuesday, and thanks for your hard work.